Let us say the quiet part aloud. If you try to use traditional judo submissions against a modern BJJ player, you are not being well-rounded. You are being delusional. Using judo against a BJJ practitioner will get you destroyed. It's a hard truth, one that many practitioners, proud of their heritage and their art, don't want to hear. But the mat doesn't care about our feelings. It only cares about what works. And what used to work is now a liability. The grappling landscape has undergone a seismic shift. The strategies and defenses that define modern Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu were not developed in a vacuum. They were forged in the fire of competition, specifically to solve the problems presented by arts like Judo. The game has evolved, but has your training, that iconic Judo choke you are proud of, neutralized. The moment you secure that high-collar grip, a dozen alarms are going off in your opponent's head. They aren't just defending, they are actively baiting you, using your commitment to the choke to create openings for their own attacks. Your offensive move has become the first step in their counter sequence. That textbook armbar from Kesagatame, the one that feels so powerful and final when you drill it, reversed and you are tapping before you even understand what happened. The modern BJJ player doesn't see Kesagatame as a pin. They see it as a guard. They have spent hundreds of hours learning to manage the space, control your hips, and exploit the exact moment you shift your weight to attack the arm. You think you're finishing the fight, they know you've just given them the escape. And here is what really makes people angry. It is not because judo is weak, far from it. The principles of Kuzushi, Tsukuri, and Keikei are as potent as ever. It is because most judoka are training submissions for an opponent who does not exist anymore. They are sharpening their swords for a battle that was fought and decided 20 years ago. Modern BJJ athletes have spent decades dismantling your grips, not just breaking them, but systematically stripping them away with 2-on-1 controls and preventative framing that stops you from ever getting started. They are killing your angles, using sophisticated guard retention to deny you the pins you need and turning your favorite finishes into traps. For you, every offensive action you take has a pre-programmed high-percentage response designed to punish your commitment. So if you think Judo versus BJJ is still an even conversation in 2026, you're missing the point. It's not about which art is better. It's about which athlete is preparing for the realities of today's grappling meta. The evolution is relentless, and if you choose to ignore it, stay comfortable, because comfort is exactly why you're getting submitted. Now, before people start screaming in the comments, let us slow this down. Yes, Judo has legitimate submissions. Yes, chokes are chokes, arm bars are arm bars. If you isolate an arm cleanly, the neck exposed, the human body does not care what art you train. And if you are a high-level judoka with timing, pressure, and intent, you can submit to people. No debate. But here's where the illusion collapses. This isn't a debate about which art is better in a vacuum. It's a clinical examination of a specific high-level interaction. A classic judo top game versus a modern BJJ guard and retention system. Modern BJJ is not losing because your submission doesn't work. It wins because it fundamentally redefines the fight. It operates on a different, more granular set of principles. It wins because it never lets you enter the submission phase at all. The entire strategy is built on preemption and denial. Where a judoka sees an opportunity to settle into a pin and then hunt for an arm, the BJJ player sees a transitional moment to reclaim space, manage the distance, and break your posture. They are fighting 2 steps ahead. By the time your brain registers the chance for a kimura or jujigatame, the battle for that limb was already lost. Your grips are already weak, stripped away by a relentless 2-on-1 system of grip fighting that prioritizes breaking your control over establishing its own. Your pins are turned into guard entries. That heavy kesagatame you worked so hard for, it just gave them the underhook and a path to your back. Your strong position becomes their transition. They use your pressure as a catalyst, a trigger for their escape and reversal chains. So when judokas say judo submissions still work, what they really mean is, they work against people who let me play my game. They work against opponents who don't have a sophisticated system for managing the space between the pin and the submission. And no trained BJJ athlete is going to do that for you. They will deny you the setup. And in modern grappling, denying the setup is the win. Let's address the elephant in the room. It's a question that echoes in dojos and gyms everywhere. Can a judoka's nawaza truly hold up against a specialist from the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Many judoka with immense pride in their art's groundwork believe the answer is a simple yes. They point to a shared ancestry, to the powerful pins and classic submissions that have defined judo for over a century. But this confidence, while understandable, often overlooks a critical divergence in the evolution of these two arts. If you try to rely on traditional judo submissions against a modern BJJ practitioner, you're stepping into a game you don't understand. A game where the fundamental assumptions you've trained for years are not just challenged, but systematically dismantled, and you're going to pay for it. Now, let's be clear. This is not because judo is weak, and it's certainly not because throws don't work. A well-executed uchimata is as devastating today as it was 50 years ago. But because once the fight hits the ground, the entire strategic landscape changes. The objective shifts from the singular goal of ippon to a prolonged battle for positional dominance and submission. Judo and BJJ are playing by completely different evolutionary rules. One was refined by a rule set that heavily prioritizes the throw and rewards a quick pin. The other was forged in the crucible of no-holds-barred challenges, where surviving and winning from your back wasn't just possible, but essential. And evolution doesn't care about tradition, it only cares about what works. Judo was designed to end fights before the ground even mattered. The essence of it lies in making swift choices, executing throws, and performing pins. Historically, judo rule sets didn't encourage deep ground exchanges. They prevented them. Referees restart fights. Time runs out. Opportunities vanish. That creates a system where submissions are taught opportunistically, not systematically. Here's where things start to fall apart. BJJ practitioners aren't trying to avoid submissions. They're trying to make sure you never even reach the submission phase. By the time a judoka attacks, the grips are already compromised, the hips aren't controlled, and the escape chain has already started. This is the difference. Judo attacks during chaos. BJJ finishes after control. Chaos favors whoever understands exits better, and that isn't the judoka. Let's talk about Juji Gatame. In judo, it's fast, explosive, often beautiful. In BJJ, it's expected. The elbow line is watched, the angle is managed, the counter starts before the attack finishes. So when the judoka falls back, the BJJ player stacks, the elbow slips, and suddenly the attacker is defending. If you rely on traditional judo submissions alone against modern BJJ, you're not old school, you're not brave, you're underprepared. Respect the art, but respect evolution more, because on the ground, what you don't train will finish you. Thank you for your continued support. As we close on 450 subscribers, help us by comment, like, share, and subscribing to this up-and-coming channel. Your help will continue this push forward. We appreciate your support and look forward to see you at one of the videos on your screen. See you there.